Test. We'll start off our mini Hereford show here. The young lady leads this polled heifer out. Just has so much more performance and doability and substance for me today. Just love how she gets out and travels off both ends, and the flexibility and the stoutness and extra performance she adds to me today. Nothing to take away from the young lady's horned heifer here. Really love her front end, love the thinness of her neck and her femininity up through her front 1/3. Just maybe level her out through her hooks from her pins. Maybe I just give her a shot more performance for me today. But get two really good heifers. Let's give these young ladies a round of applause.
Results of class number 1 of your junior miniature Herefords. In first place goes to entry number 1, KLD Time Bob 979M, exhibited by Ivy Fields. In second place, entry number 2, BR Liliana 228M, exhibited by McKenna Camp.
Well, it's certainly an honor to be with you this morning as we start into these Santa Gertrudis females, and I think you've got a really, really high-quality summer female out here to start the drive with. Really appreciate this gal in terms of one who's phenomenal in terms of underline sweep. You love the rib shape in this gal. Here's one who's tremendous in terms of growth and performance. You like that heifer from that perspective. Still ladylike through the front third of her skeleton. To be just a nickel critical, I'd set her just a touch squarer off of that rear outside toe for me. But that's a high-quality one and a great way to start our show this morning. Congratulations.
First call, Class 5, Santa Gertrudis. First call, Class 5, Santa Gertrudis. Results of class number 1 of your Santa Gertrudis show. In first place goes to entry number 653, exhibited by Pitchford Cattle of Eustis, Texas. This is your second call, Class 5A, 5B, and 6 miniature Herefords. Second call, Class 5A, 5B, and 6.
As we move forward in our mini Hereford show, the young lady leads out this dark cherry red heifer. Just from a balance standpoint, kind of overwhelms the next two behind her. Just really love the balance and the levelness and design and the structural integrity this one has and offers us as she gets out and travels around the ring. The young lady comes out next and second. Here's a heifer that maybe just closer resembles our first heifer, is from a mass and body and performance standpoint. Just really wish I could extend this one's front 1/3 just a little bit and refine her about her head and neck, just a nickel, but just a really nice big performance female to come in second. Young lady's heifer I really appreciate, maybe our longer spine, longer necked one, but maybe just has some balance and some levelness issues. I'd like to level her up from hooks to pins, level her out there with pins, maybe just give her some more ease and give up. She asked you to travel off her rear too, but really nice 3. Let's give them another round of applause.
Results of class number 2 of your miniature Hereford Open show. In first place, entry number 5, KLD Time Will Tell 74M, exhibited by Kane Dops. In second place, entry number 4, Double K Daiquiri K121, exhibited by Carly Biddle. In third place, entry number 3, Double K Spotted Cow, exhibited by Evie Mitchell. Now entering the miniature Hereford ring will be the selection of your champion and reserve champion junior heifer calf. This is your third and final call, Class 5A, 5B, and 6. Third and final call, Class 5A, 5B, and 6. This is your second call, Class 5, Santa Gertrudis, second call, Class 5.
Well, a high-quality pair in our second drive of these Santa Gertrudis females, and two heifers that are very different phenotypically when you get them out here. I like both the heifers, and I guess ideally I'd like to take pieces off of each one of them, get the one we really desire. Young lady's heifer up front that's going to win the drive does so today, just in terms of how she holds her skeleton together. She's truer down her spine. She's squarer out of her hip. You get behind this heifer and watch her go on a 3/4. Here's the bolder rib, stouter made one. It's just got more shape and mass to her. I like how that heifer holds her skeleton together extremely well down her top, and I think that's the big difference in the pair today. Now, the heifer that's going to come second is green. She is just green as grass when you get her out here. I think better days ahead of that one once we get her put together. She's tremendously long-spined. You love the feminine look she's got through her neck and front end. For me, one that gets just a nickel flat today. You'd like to just power the 4 rib up in that one, but she's sound, she's cool, she's ladylike in her look. I think one that's got better days ahead of her.
Results of class number 2 of your Santa Gertrudis show. In first place goes to entry number 7, Top Shelf Mimosa, exhibited by Top Shelf Cattle Company of California, Missouri. In second place, entry number 4, Boss Bada Boom, 1925M, exhibited by Pitchford Cattle of Eustis, Texas. At this time, we'd also like to introduce our judge for your Santa Gertrudis show, Mr. Terry Burks. Terry Burks is a retired professor of English Studies from Cheerfeng University in the People's Republic of China. Prior to that, he was employed by the Kentucky Department of Agriculture in the Division of Show and Fair Promotion, where he served as the educational coordinator and worked as a federal livestock grader. He received his bachelor's and master's degrees in the area of animal science from Western Kentucky University. Terry has judged over 1,200 shows in 43 states, including the Santa Gertrudis National and Junior National shows. Terry and his wife Alice live in Scottsville, Kentucky. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming Kentucky's own Mr. Terry Burks to the Green Chips.
As we move into our first division here at Mini Herefords, 2 elite class winners that come out here and win our first 2 classes, and 2 seconds to follow behind them are very high quality young females. But for me, I guess it's just the added eye appeal and sexiness of the heifer that comes out of their first class will be your division winner, and a heifer out of our second class will be your reserve division.
Congratulations to your champion and junior heifer calf. Out of class number 1 goes to entry number 1, KLD Time Bob 979M, exhibited by Ivy Fields. Your reserve champion and junior heifer calf from class number 2 goes to entry number 5, KLD Time Will Tell 74M, exhibited by Canyon Dops. This is your third and final call, Class 5, Santa Gertrudis. Third and final call, Class 5, Santa Gertrudis. This is your first call, Classes 8, 10, and 11, Santa Gertrudis. First call, Class 8, 10, and 11.
We're really a divergent pair of females in this particular drive, and I think the heifer, the young man's going to lead out up front. You know, when this one gets propped up, she's pretty dominating out here. You love the body and the hip in that female. Tremendously long rump, stout-featured, heavy-boned one. It's still got a ladylike look through her front end. I think a real high-quality one to win with. Now, I'll admit, you set her in motion, I'd like to make her just a touch more comfortable on her rear pasterns as she goes, but that's a high-quality one to win the drive. Young lady's heifer's going to come second. That one's ultra nice in terms of straightness of line. She's really a super, super clean-made sort of a female. For me, she's just a nickel harder in terms of her rib and flank. Here's one that I'd like to make a touch more comfortable off of those rear hocks in terms of how she handles her rear leg. But that's a nice pair, guys. Congratulations.
Your Class 3 results of your Santa Gertrudis show. In first place goes to entry number 8, DP Miss Petty 253, exhibited by Pitchford Cattle of Eustis, Texas. In second place, entry number 9, Miss 777, Katy Perry, exhibited by Chad Daniel of Magnolia, Arkansas. This is your second call, Class 8, 10, and 11, Santa Gertrudis. Second call, Class 8, 10, and 11.
Just a single entry out here in our late December class. And I think these young ladies are doing a nice job tag teaming on this gal. She's a little bit green broke when she gets out here, but we all got to have our first trip to town. And I think a heifer that's got tremendous growth. You love that female in terms of tremendous upside she's got in terms of maturity. You like this one in terms of being attractive fronted. She's green. She's really green at this point. I think one that we just need to have some time to let that one mature and belly down. That's going to be a nice heifer. We just got to get her to that point. Congratulations, girls.
As we move on into our March division here, young lady leads out this heifer here. Just maybe has most good things we can tie together from a performance and standpoint and body and mass and foot dimension and size. Really like to just maybe clean this one up through her front 1/3, maybe make her a little sleeker and neater up about her front 1/3, but just can't deny her overall overwhelming power and dimension this one offers us today. It still ties that into a sound elite package as she gets on the ground, ask her to move around the ground. Young lady's heifer that comes out next, here's the heifer that maybe has that sweetness and that sexiness up through her front 1/3, but maybe just gives up that extra top shape and some of the extra third dimension from an outer standpoint for me to move ahead of the heifer that leads our class, but really appreciate this one's eliteness up through her front 1/3 and her length of spine and her levelness design as you ask her to get out and travel. Young lady's heifer here maybe has that shape and dimension, but just maybe in a little more quick and neater package, but just wish that one I could extend this one out just a little bit for her front 1/3, maybe just make her a scale bigger for her size compared to her contemporaries ahead of her, but just a really nice young project for this young lady. And then heifer that completes the class maybe is most shapely and as you study her up through her top shape, but maybe that becomes part of her problem as you ask her to get out and travel. She gets a little off from her hooks to her pins, maybe gets a little cut up in her flank, and maybe gets a little more piecey in her design, but just a really nice stout featured female for this young lady. Let's give them a round of applause.
This is your third and final call, Class 8, 10, and 11, Santa Gertrudis. Third and final call, Class 8, 10, and 11. Results of class number 3 of your miniature Herefords in first place goes to entry number 8, KLD Time to Shine 83M, exhibited by Canyon Dops. In second place, entry number 11, DLC Feelin' Peach, number 1, exhibited by Lori Daigle. In third place, entry number 10, TG4 Sparkles, exhibited by Berkeley Went. In fourth place, entry number 6, Tay Fiona, exhibited by McKenna Camp. Now entering the ring is class number 4 of your miniature Herefords. This is your first call, Class 7, 8, 9, and 10 miniature Herefords. First call, Class 7, 8, 9, and 10 miniature Herefords.
Well, really a unique pair of females in our Santa Gertrudis show, and I think the young man's heifer's going to lead out the drive pretty handily for me. Here's a fall heifer that you just love in terms of just how she's made and her skeleton really, really comfortable out of her shoulder. I love that female in terms of having that beautiful hip in her. She's big-hipped and stout when you get out behind her and still got a tremendous ladylike look about her. I think a high-quality one to win. Heifer's going to come second's really unique one. I appreciate the stoutness, the feature in that one. I love how straight-lined and attractive this gal is in terms of skeletal quality down her top. Here's one for me that still has plenty of shape when you get out behind her. I'll be honest, she gets just a nickel too straight through her shoulder up front for me. I'd like to make her more comfortable and give her a touch more angle to that hock as she goes behind. But that's a high-quality pair, guys. Congratulations.
Results of class number 4 of your late senior heifer calves here in your Santa Gertrudis show. In first place goes to entry number 10, Winter, exhibited by Chris Pitcock of Shirley, Indiana. Your class 5 results of your Santa Gertrudis show. In first place goes to entry number 13, XL's Golden Dreams 304, exhibited by Demi Harrington of Navasota, Texas. In second place goes to entry number 12, Miss 777 392, exhibited by Chad Daniel of Magnolia, Arkansas.
We drop in these class winners in this first division in your Santa Gertrudis show, and I think a quality set of cattle. I'm super pleased with them. There's a little variation out here phenotypically, and that just is expressed simply because of the fact we have limited numbers in this thing in some of the classes, but a nice set of cattle. I think you have to appreciate them in terms of type and look out here. I think there's a couple of heifers that sort themselves to the top real quick, in my opinion. They're the ones that are just a little more attractive in terms of ladylike look. They're cattle that can get out and move extremely well. And you just like the balance and design skeletally in this pair of heifers. Your champion's one, to me, this just better in terms of foot design when you watch her go behind, and I think that's the deciding factor for me. Congratulations, guys. The older heifer will be your calf champion. The baby's reserve. Congratulations.
As we move further along here on Mini Hereford Show, young lady leads us out this heifer just from a performance standpoint and body and mass and style. She kind of handily works her way to the top of the ring. Really have to love her extension up through her front 1/3 and her body capacities, your depth of body, and her length of spine as she gets out and travels. Really love this one at the ground. Young lady comes out next. Really love this one's head and appreciate the youthfulness of her front end 1/3. Really like her shape and her body type and her kind. Just maybe wish she had a little more depth of body and maybe could free her up in her rear hock and pasture movement as she gets out, ask her to get out and travel. Just maybe get up her and challenge that class winner just a little bit harder. Young lady that comes out next here in 3rd, maybe just kind of runs into 2 buzzsaws ahead of her, just from an elite front look and eye appeal standpoint, but really love this one's body capacity and her depth of body and her rib shape. Just maybe wish she could just maybe give her extension and clean up through that front 1/3, just a nickel. Young lady's heifer comes out next here, maybe has some more of that extension and length that we like, but maybe just has that little extra dewlap and leather. And I understand in the Hereford breed, I raised many of them myself. They actually had some of that extra leather, gets some feeding ability and easy doing, and she kind of appears to be that kind for me. Just maybe gives up some of that body shape and lower 1/3 for the young ladies ahead of her. The young man concludes the class. Maybe he's wanting to fight the halter just a little bit. If this heifer relax and maybe relax her top just a nickel. Really like the broodiness and maternal value of this one. Just maybe give up some of that elite eye appeal and some of that structural integrity we have the heifers in front of her. Let's give them a round of applause as they exit the ring.
Congratulations, your champion early senior heifer calf of your Santa Gertrudis show goes to entry number 13, XL's Golden Dreams 304, exhibited by Demi Harrington of Navasota, Texas. Your reserve champion goes to entry number 1, Miss 777 Hot Tamale, exhibited by Pitchford Cattle of Eustis, Texas. This is your first call, Class 14, 16, and 17, Santa Gertrudis. First call, Class 14, 16, and 17. Your Class 4 results of your Miniature Hereford Open Show: in first place, entry number 18, CBD Mitch This Ain't Kansas, exhibited by Saphira Uptergrove. In second place, entry number 17, THF Black Sea Raven 401, exhibited by Brenna Thorson. Third place, entry number 15, NF Pride's Candy Kiss, exhibited by James Beach. Fourth place, entry number 16, exhibited by Rayleigh Kolba. In fifth place, entry number 14, exhibited by James Beach.
So we bring our class winners back out here for a division. two elite females, maybe a little different in their type and kind, but still elite in their performance and their body capacity and their type and kind. The first class winner maybe has that advantage in substance of bone and stoutness of feature and extra shape and levelness design as you study at the top 1/3 of her body. And then the young lady's heifer comes out at second. Just that depth and maturity and length of spine and extension through her front 1/3 maybe is their advantage. And then the 2 seconds maybe just were really good heifers, just gave up some of that extra performance and elite performance and power to the two class winners, but two really good elite females in their front 1/3. Let's give them a round of applause as I go out here and pick your champion division reserve.
A debatable pair of females in our Santa Gertrudis show, and I think two heifers that phenotypically are very opposing with respect to kind. Young lady's heifer it's going to start the class with. I'll get it out of the way right up front. For me, I'd like to see her leaner. She's just a little heavier conditioned than I'd prefer. But man, her body and her mass and her power and her bone sets her apart in this class. I think we can all agree it's how she's designed out of her hip and hind leg that separates her over the heifer in second. Still love the body and shape in that one. Again, as we commented, if we could freshen her just a little bit, but Mother Nature will take care of that in due time here. But I think a nice kind of cow prospect. Leaner made, kind of a female, going to come in second. I'm very comfortable she's going to be the larger one with respect to mature cow size. I love her length of front. She's ultra feminine from that perspective. Where she gets in trouble is when you get to her hip and their back. You just like to square her rump. I'd like to resculpt the angle of those rear legs just a bit for me. She's got a couple of issues in terms of toe shape that I'd like to correct on her. But that's a nice heifer gal. Should make a nice cow. Congratulations.
Congratulations, your champion spring heifer calf here in your miniature Hereford show goes to entry number 18, CBD Mitch, This Ain't Kansas, exhibited by Saphira Uptergrove. Your reserve champion from class number 3 goes to entry number 8, KLD Time to Shine, 83M, exhibited by Canyon Dobbs. This is your second call, class 7, 8, 9, and 10 miniature Herefords. Second call, class 7, 8, 9, and 10 miniature Herefords. This is your second call, class 14, 16, and 17, Santa Gertrudis. Second call, class 14, 16, and 17. Your Class 8 results of your Santa Gertrudis show. In first place goes to entry number 17, Miss 777 Bruno, Sexy Red, exhibited by Chad Daniel of Magnolia, Arkansas. In second place goes to entry number 16, Miss Bubbles, exhibited by Chris Pitcock of Shirley, Indiana.
As we move into our winter calves here in our mini Hereford division, young ladies heifer that comes out has two distinct advantages. One, through their depth of body and their structural integrity is their second one. You ask us when to get out and go, and she just has that extra flex and give off both ends that really, from a cowman and a rancher standpoint, that's the one I really appreciate from that time standpoint. Young ladies heifer comes out next and second here, maybe has that distinct advantage of from length of front 1/3 and some sexiness and eye appeal, but maybe to get up that extra body depth. When you actually get out and give her biggest disadvantage is she gets a little tight and wound up in her rear 2/3 as you get out and move.
just a single entry over in the Santa Gertrudis ring, and really unfortunate this gal doesn't have some competition. Absolutely gorgeous female to win this class. Talking about one who's phenomenal in terms of top line design, the natural hip and shape that this gal's got. And then she combines that with balance and quality and ladylike look through her front end. That's a good one, gal. Congratulations.
Results of Class 5A of your miniature Herefords. In first place, entry number 21, Sandy Acres Romeo Winnie, exhibited by Marie Pagenkopf. In second place, entry number 19, CSC Daisy, exhibited by Robert Schlegel. Results of class number 10 of your Santa Gertrudis show. In first place goes to entry number 20, Excel Santa Gertrudis, Excel's River Hawthorne 380, exhibited by Excel Santa Gertrudis of Houston, Texas. This is your third and final call, class 14, 16, and 17, Santa Gertrudis. Third and final call, class 14, 16, and 17.
Well, another single entry over in our Santa Gertrudis show, but again, one of these females that could stand a lot of competition. This gal's really, really nice in terms of the cow-like look she's got through her body. Love the flank and softness of center in that one. Here's one that you really have to appreciate. The one that just her angles are right. Everything's pretty good in that one. Maybe not quite as extreme fronted as some we've seen, but sure not an issue for me. If I were to change her just a touch, she's knotting up in her hocks just a little bit, and that may just be the haul coming in here and sitting on concrete for several days. It's a nice heifer, though, gal. She'll be your class winner. Congratulations.
Result of class 11 of your Santa Gertrudis show. In first place goes to entry number 21, Miss 777 Delta, exhibited by Chad Daniel of Magnolia, Arkansas.
As we're moving up here in our age groups and to get into some more females, now we start getting into some freshness and some quality standpoints. Young ladies after they win the class, just from a sheer quality standpoint, and her freshness and her neatness and her design. Maybe she gives up some of that mass and a performance to the heifers behind her, but this one still is so fresh and neat in the design about her front 1/3, but still yet has some muscle shape and structural integrity. Got this one to get out and move. This one has enough give and flex off both ends. Really appreciate this young lady's heifer wins, leads our class. Young man's heifer comes next. Here's our performance and big power stout one, but maybe that becomes part of her problem. Is she maybe just a little too heavy in her condition for me today? It's pushing a little too much up for her front 1/3. These are some females we're trying to get bred this time of year so they can calve back as 2-year-olds. This young man's heifer maybe gives up some of that too much condition to the heifers ahead of her to me. Young man heifer comes out next here. Really appreciate this one's quality as you study her shape and her body type and kind. This maybe gives up some of that elite front 1/3 to the heifers ahead of her today. And the young lady's heifer that concludes the class. Really appreciate the freshness and eliteness and long spine and length of spine, the body of this one. This maybe just gives up some of that performance and that lower 1/3 capacity to the heifers ahead of her. Let's give them a round of applause.
Results of Class 5B of your miniature Herefords. In first place, entry number 22, CX350K Miss Kendra 156, exhibited by McKenna Camp. In second place, entry number 24, KAL Princess Duchess Libya, exhibited by Austin Brockhouse. In third place, entry number 26, KAL Princess Red Velvet, exhibited by Charles Romine. In fourth place, entry number 25, exhibited by Karen Briggs. This is your third and final call, Class 7, 8, 9, and 10 miniature Hereford. Third and final call, Class 7, 8, 9, and 10 miniature Hereford.
Well, not a lot of numbers in this middle division, but I tell you, we got a nice trio of females out here. I think each one of them sure excel in terms of body shape and look. You like this set of heifers in terms of cattle that have got some bones, some feature to them, and still ladylike and refined in their kind. I think as you evaluate the trio, there's one heifer that sorts herself pretty quick for me, just in terms of balance and freshness and quality of skeleton. Really, really like this heifer in terms of front end design when you get her out here. Becomes a bit more of a debate for reserve, I think, when you get them out here, though. I think there's another heifer that suits me just a bit better, just in terms of sheer power and freshness of front end. Great set, guys. My congratulations. Your champion female comes out of that middle class. Reserves the older heifer. Congratulations.
Back on their mini Hereford side here. Young man brings out an August-born female. Just really appreciate their body capacity and their depth. Love the balance and neatness of her lines as you study from their side. Really appreciate this one as you get out in the structural integrity, get out and move. Let's just see how she compares out here in division here in a few minutes.
Congratulations, your champion, a junior yearling heifer here in your Santa Gertrudis show goes to entry number 20, XL's River Hawthorne 380, exhibited by Excel Santa Gertrudis of Houston, Texas. Your reserve champion goes to Miss 777 Delta, exhibited by Chad Daniel of Magnolia, Arkansas. Results of class number 6 of your miniature Herefords. In first place goes to entry number 28, SBW Basils Baracha, exhibited by Deacon James. Now entering the ring will be the selection of your champion and reserve champion intermediate senior heifer.
here in our fall division of our mini Herefords. 3 females that may be different in their types and kinds, but all offer some elite pieces and quality to the breed and to just functional beef cattle in general. Young ladies heifer that wins the class, like I said, just added her depth of body and performance, and her structural integrity won her class for her. Young ladies heifer comes out of second, maybe just her freshness and her eye appeal and her depth of type and kind and elite quality is size is how kind of she won her class. And the young man that concludes in the single entry just loved her performance and her body depth and her levelness and lines. I'll go out here and select your champion in division and reserve. Let's give him a round of applause as I do so.
Well, really a tremendous senior yearling female out here in our Santa Gertrudis ring. I think we can all really appreciate just the power, yet with the refinement this heifer's got. Massive, massive bodied female. It's got a huge, huge hip laid in her. Still ladylike up through her front end. Yeah, she's pushing a little condition, but she's fixing to calve here pretty soon, and that'll take care of itself in time. For me, I'd like to just loosen her right in the tie of her back. She wants to knot up just a little bit in her spine. But I think that's probably what's hanging inside of her that's causing that more than a structural issue for me. That's a nice one, gal. Congratulations.
Attention in the barns, and to all of our exhibitors, don't forget that for today's Supreme Drive, we will be picking a top 5 overall for all breeds. So if you are a Grand or Reserve Grand Champion breed winner for your open show, we will be having the Supreme Drive at the conclusion of all of the shows today. The order of the show for the Supreme Drive today will be cow-calf pairs, followed by bulls, and then females. Once again, today's order for the Supreme Drive here in Freedom Hall will be cow-calf pairs, bulls, and then females. Results of class number 14 of your Santa Gertrudis late senior yearling heifers. In first place goes to entry number 25, 777 Bruno, 777K5, exhibited by Pitchford Cattle of Eustis, Texas.
Well, really a phenomenal 2-year-old female out here. I think one that kind of comes out in her working clothes out here, and she should, because she's got that beautiful little summer heifer calf at the side of her that we talked about in the calf division. You love this cow in terms of her femininity and how she's designed through the front third of her skeleton. Tremendously long-bodied, extended one. I like the teat size on that female extremely well. I don't know whether the calves nursed that left rear a little heavier this morning perhaps than was needed. She's off balance in her udder just a little bit today. But that's a phenomenal pair, guys. Congratulations.
Congratulations, your champion intermediate senior heifer here in your miniature Hereford show goes to entry number 22, CX350K Miss Kendra 156, exhibited by McKenna Camp. Your reserve champion goes to entry number 28, Bassel's Baracha Bandita, exhibited by Deacon James.
Here in our summer division of the minis. Young lady that leads the class off is just maybe from a structural integrity, soundness standpoint. She does so. You ask her to get out and move, and she has that extra flex and give off both ends. Really appreciate how she flexes that pasture and sets it to the ground, especially on her rear too. Now, nothing to take away from the heifer in second. Really like this heifer, and maybe when she first came in the ring, I thought maybe she was going to be my class winner. Really love that eye appeal that she has up through her front 1/3 and that top shape and body capacity and type and kind. But yet her problem lays when you ask her to get into motion, she wants to get a little tight and wound up in her rear too, especially on her rear left foot. She maybe doesn't want to set that down with authority instead of down because you command as she travels around the ring. But really nice, high quality female to come in second.
Results of class number 7 of your miniature Herefords. In first place goes to entry number 30, Sandy Acres Champ Lydia, exhibited by Raylene Kuba. In second place, entry number 29, 4 Wiley Clover, exhibited by 4 Wiley Farm.
Well, just a single entry in this pair out here. Some March 2-year-old, coming 3-year-old female out here. I think one that, I think the best description for this pair is they're extreme. They're exotic in terms of their look. That cow's phenomenal in terms of the front. Her front end's crazy looking just in terms of length of front and tallness of front. Admire that gal in terms of the extreme length of body and length of hips she's got, and still holds that skeleton together quite well. I think as you study teat size and balance on that one, I think for a female that's this far along in lactation, that's a pretty beautiful udder sitting underneath that gal. Bull calf, obviously, he's had a little injury there and got a little edema still on his side, but it's no big deal. He's like Mama. He's pretty extreme. He's going to be a late coming rascal. He will be a big rascal when he's all said and done. I think time will tell on that guy. He's just green at this point. Interesting pair, guys. Beautiful cow at the lead.
This is your first call, Class 11 and 12, Miniature Herefords. First call, Class 11 and 12. Your Class 17 results of your Santa Gertrudis. In first place goes to entry number 27, XL's Cambria 247, exhibited by XL Gertrudis of Houston, Texas.
the heifer that leads our class off here in our mini deal. Just maybe ties all the good things we've kind of been talking about all day. That a balance in the levelness design, the structural integrity, yet still has that eliteness in the front and this front 1/3. Just a really good female in our own right. Just kind of smoke shows this class for me today. Young lady comes out next with this heifer. Really love the depth of body and capacity and power of this heifer. Maybe wish I should just extend her up through her front 1/3. Maybe just ask her to get a little neater down through her chest floor. Maybe relax on the halter just a nickel, but just a really nice high capacity female to come out in second. Young lady leads the heifer, comes out next here in third. Really like the top shape and a rib shape as you ask us when to stop and get standing popped out. But just maybe wish I could just pull her head up out of her neck, maybe stand her, get her neck tied a little better to the top of her shoulder, maybe clean up her shape of her muzzle and her jaw just a little bit for me, neaten up her head shape, but just a really nice high power female to come in third. Young man's heifer, maybe the elite necked one, the really thin neck, sexy necked one, but maybe that becomes part of her problem as she gets maybe a little too upright in her shoulder, maybe gets a little too stiff and as you ask her to get out and move and travel off both ends. But just a really nice high-capacity female to conclude our class.
Well, we drop out these females in the senior drive, and I think a quality trio of females out here. They're age appropriate in terms of production. I think you look at the heifer up front, you say, well, she doesn't have a calf fit side. Well, she's due next month. She's a true senior yearling out here, and I think it's just unusual enough to have one at that age. It's got that kind of look and power to her, and it looks like she's going to have a beautiful udder when you get underneath her. A 2-year-old cow comes out of that middle class. I love the heifer calf on the side of her. I think that's her strength is really her heifer calf. You love the femininity. You love the immaturity in that female. We talked about her udder just a little bit. You'd balance her quarters just a touch, but I think that's a beautiful female. And then a 3-year-old that comes out of the oldest class. She's, I use the term exotic because she's crazy in terms of length of body and length of rup and how she's designed up through her front end. For one that far along in terms of lactation, her udder's extremely nice. Bull calf's one, he's a late comer. He's just really extreme in his kind. I think time will tell on that guy. So a phenomenal set. You couldn't go wrong with this trio, and I think a beautiful set. For me, though, I think there's one out here that is the most fault-free in terms of putting all the pieces together. Your senior champion females, the senior yearling out of the first class. Reserve will be the 2-year-old cow. Congratulations.
Results of Class 8 of your miniature Herefords. In first place goes to entry number 32, KLD Monica 27L, exhibited by Canyon Dobbs. In second place, entry number 33, RF Swirlin' Snow Casey, exhibited by Karen Briggs. Third place goes to entry number 35, KLD Ivory 331L, exhibited by Ivy Fields. In fourth place, entry number 34, Heartstopper 516L, exhibited by Deacon James. This is your second call, Class 11 and 12 miniature Herefords. Second call, Class 11 and 12 miniature Herefords.
Move into this next division of mini Herefords, and the heat and the power and dimension and the quality has just turned up another notch, which I expected to as we get further into the show. The quality and the competition gets tougher, and that makes my part and my job a little easier or more fun, I should say, as we sort through some quality of cattle. I'm not going to talk these class heifers again. I'll just go out here and I'll select your champion in reserve. Let's give them one more big round of applause as we move through the show.
Congratulations, your late senior yearling heifer champion goes to entry number 25 here in your Santa Gertrudis show. 777 Bruno, 777K5, exhibited by Pitchford Cattle of Eustis, Texas. Your reserve champion goes to entry number 26, Miss 777 Honey Badger, 17K5, exhibited by Pitchford Cattle of Eustis, Texas. First call, all Santa Gertrudis bulls to the makeup arena. First call, all Santa Gertrudis bulls to the makeup arena. Congratulations, your champion of summer senior heifer here in your miniature Herefords goes to entry number 32, KLD Monica 27L, exhibited by Canyon Dobbs. Your reserve champion goes to entry number 33, RF Swirlin' a Snow Casey, exhibited by Karen Briggs. Now entering the ring is class number 9 of your miniature Herefords. This is your third and final call, Class 11 and 12 miniature Herefords. Third and final call, Class 11 and 12 miniature Herefords.
Well, a phenomenal trio of females out here to select your champion in your Santa Gertrudis breed from. I think all three of these heifers sure have some quality to them. I realize there's some variation in terms of frame score out here, and I'll be honest with you, I don't worry too much about that. Frame for me is going to fall where it's going to fall, and ultimately your management decisions in mating these things will determine how big's big enough for you or how big's too big for you. I don't worry about it too much. I think when you get them out here and you study them, though, there's not a bulletproof one, but they've all got little things you tweak about them just a little bit to say, yeah, we like to fix that on them or change that on them. But that is a high-quality trio of females out here. I think there's one, though, that's just a little bit different, just in terms of skeletal quality, in terms of how she's designed through her shoulder and the angle of her shoulder, how she gets out and handles her rear leg and shoulder on the move, I think is really exceptional. And then she's just so ladylike through her front end. Certainly been my pleasure to evaluate this beautiful set of red females this morning. If you would, put your hands together and congratulate these exhibitors. I'll get you your champion female.
This is your second call. All Santa Gertrudis Bowls to the Makeup Arena. All Santa Gertrudis Bowls to the Makeup Arena. Congratulations, your grand champion, Santa Gertrudis female, goes to entry number 20, XL's River Hawthorne 380, exhibited by Excel Santa Gertrudis of Houston, Texas. Your reserve grand champion, Santa Gertrudis female, goes to entry number 13, XL's Golden Dreams 304, exhibited by Demi Harrington of Navasota, Texas.
Young lady Stepford leads off in the class here just from a sheer body capacity and depth and quality and balance of lines. This heifer kind of leads herself to the top. I really wish I could maybe freshen her up and neaten her up in her lower 1/3 of her body, maybe clean some of that condition up just for me today and from that age standpoint, but just a really high capacity, big, powerful female to wheel it off her class. Young man heifer, I love the length of spine and the length of front end and structural integrity as you ask this heifer to get out and travel. Just maybe gives up some of that depth and performance to the heifer ahead of her. Let's give him a round of applause.
This is your final call. All Santa Gertrudis Bowls to the Makeup Arena. Final call. All Santa Gertrudis Bowls to the Makeup Arena. Your Class 9 results of your miniature Herefords in first place, entry number 38, Double K Landry, DK 109, exhibited by Evie Mitchell. In second place, entry number 37, KLD Cottontail 575L, exhibited by Robert Schlegel. Now entering the ring is class number 10 of your miniature Herefords.
A nice way to start off our bull show in our Santa Gertrudis ring. This little May bull out here's one I'm telling you could stand some competition. You just love the top line and hip in that guy. Really appreciate him when you get behind him. He's got a big square hip in him. He's got some pin width and still attractive up through his front end. I think for a bull of this age, you have to appreciate the body and flanking this guy. That's a nice prospect, young lady. Congratulations.
Results of your Santa Gertrudis show in class number 23. First place goes to entry number 34, Top Shelf Johnny Walker, exhibited by Top Shelf Cattle Company of California, Missouri.
I made this comment earlier, just a few classes ago, that the quality is starting to ratchet up, and it sure happens here again in this class. This young lady leads this class off winner here, just so elite in her quality and her type and her kind. Really appreciate how her neck's laid into her shoulder and her levelness of lines. You study her through her 1/3 of her body. But then when you ask this one to get out and travel, is so maternal and soft, and in her joint work as she gets out and travels around the ring. Just high quality female to lead this class off. Young man's heifer that comes out next here maybe just kind of runs into a buzzsaw, but still appreciate the quality and the type and kind of this heifer. Love the shape of her hip and love the shape of her rib shape. Just maybe runs out of that performance and power and eliteness of the heifer in front of her. But just another good quality female for this young man. Let's give him a round of applause.
Well, a nice pair of these late fall bulls out here. We're going to start with the young lady's November bull to win the class. I think as you evaluate this guy, he's just so much fresher and bloomier today. Tremendously long-spined, long-hipped rascal that's still got a super attractive look up through his front end. I appreciate the sheath quality and angle in this guy when you get into him, and still has tremendous muscle shape down his top and hip. Maybe like to soften his flank just a little bit, but I think that'll take care in due time. Young lady's bull, it's going to come second. He's much younger. He's a month younger when you get into him. He's a December bull. You do appreciate, for one, this lean, he does have that extra depth of body, and I appreciate that. I just got to stouten that guy up a little bit. I got to give him a little more true shape, and from a muscularity standpoint down his top and hip, I'd like to resculpt the angle of his sheath just a bit for me. Nice pair, though, guys. Congratulations.
In our next division down here in the mini Hereford ring, two high-quality females that win our classes. Young lady heifer out of the first class, just a big, stout, powerful, broody-type female. It's really good in her lines and really good as you ask her to get out and move. I love the foot quality as she has you studied onto the ground. Young lady heifer comes out of the second class. Love the eliteness. Love how her shoulder and her neck lays in together. Love the quality of structure she has as you ask her to get out and travel. The flexibility off both ends. She'll be your division winner. Our class out of her second class will be your first class will be your reserve.
Your Class 10 results of your miniature Herefords in first place and also your champion at Spring Senior Heifer, KLD Coco 356L, exhibited by Willow Fields. In second place in class number 10 goes to entry number 39, KMF Rainy Day, exhibited by Jacob Hiles. Congratulations to your reserve champion at Spring Senior Heifer here in your miniature Herefords goes to entry number 38, Double K Landry, DK 109, exhibited by Evie Mitchell.
Well, really an intriguing single entry out here in this fall bull calf. You're talking about one that is totally three-dimensional now. He's got a monster hip, tremendous body shape when you get into that one. And, you know, for one that's got that much bulk and power, his shoulder tie's pretty nice to him through his forerib. I love that heaviness of skeleton and the big foot this guy's got in him. You get this one propped up. He's got a tremendous look in terms of profile. I would like to reduce his sheath just a little bit. He gets just a touch pendulous out here for me, but I think one that's got some pieces that are really hard to put together in this thing. That's an intriguing one, Gal. Congratulations.
Results of class number 26 of your Santa Gertrudis Bulls. In first place goes to entry number 36, 777 Honey Badger 17L2, exhibited by Chad Daniel of Magnolia, Arkansas. In second place, entry number 35, Ivandale, exhibited by Chris Pidcock of Shirley, Indiana. Your class 27 results. In first place goes to entry 37, Hurricanes Remington L20, exhibited by Pitchford Cattle of Eustis, Texas. All champion and reserve champion miniature Hereford females, please make your way to the makeup arena. All champion and reserve champion miniature Hereford females, please make your way to the makeup arena.
As we get in our final class and final division, I guess as this class is a division, young man's heifer that leads off the class just has female road all over the side of this one. Just maternal. Love how this one's built up through her front 1/3. Just so much cow power and quality up through her front 1/3. That comes back and ties in level behind her shoulders and out through her upper hip. But yet it has that depth of body, maternal and softness of just a female character. The maternal kind of cow I've kind of looked for all day. Young lady's heifer that comes out next. Love the rib shape and structural integrity of this one. Just maybe gets that just a little, wish I could tie her neck just a little more properly in the top of her shoulder. Maybe just extend her out through her front 1/3. But just a really nice female. Just maybe gives up some of that maternal value and quality that the heifer leads our class off. Young lady's heifer that concludes the class. Love her top shape and love her shape of muscle and her quality. But just maybe gives up some of those balance and those neatness and ties it all together in one package as the two heifers ahead of her. Let's give them a round of applause as we exit the ring.
Well, really an intriguing trio of bulls over here in the Santa Gertrudis ring to select your calf champion from, and I think each one of them have some pieces you admire, things about each of them you'd change just a little bit. I think one of the unique things in this trio in limited numbers is there's a huge maturity difference out here. There's one bull in this thing that's really different in his kind, and the reality is that bull's not going to look his part till he's a long yearling because he's just more extreme at this point when you get into him. But I think a quality set, I think there's one out here that if I could fix one little thing on this guy, I could get pretty geeked up about him. You're talking about one that's massive and three-dimensional. He's great body shape. I love the bone. I love this one in terms of how he gets out and moves. Then there's another one I think follows him in pattern quite well. Your calf champion bull's the oldest bull out here. The baby will be reserved. Congratulations.
Your Class 11 results from your miniature Hereford show. In first place and also your champion at senior yearling heifer goes to entry number 42 with a height of 44 3/4 inches, 22 Finding Treasure, exhibited by 4 Wiley Farm. Your reserve champion senior yearling heifer in second place in class number 11 goes to entry number 41 with a height of 43 inches, KLD Kit's Dream 477K, exhibited by McKenna Camp. Third place goes to entry number 43 with a height of 43 inches, CSE Cora, exhibited by Robert Schlegel. Congratulations. Your champion early senior bull calf in your Santa Gertrudis show goes to entry number 37, Hurricanes Remington, L20, exhibited by Pitchford Cattle of Eustis, Texas. Your reserve champion goes to entry number 34, Top Shelf Johnny Walker, exhibited by Top Shelf Cattle Company of California, Missouri.
Well, just a single entry in this class and likewise in this division. So he's going to be our class winner as well as the second division champion out here. And it's really unfortunate this guy doesn't have some competition. This is a pretty nice rascal, big, heavy, stout, featured one. You love this guy in terms of one who's got the masculine look up through his front end. I appreciate the muscle shape in this guy. Big back, big hipped rascal. It's got tremendous power. That's just a competitive one, guys. Congratulations.
First call, all miniature Hereford bulls to the makeup arena. First call, all miniature Hereford bulls to the makeup arena. Results of class number 30 of your Santa Gertrudis show. In first place goes to entry number 40, Excel's American Pharaoh 303, exhibited by Excel Santa Gertrudis of Houston, Texas.
So we get all our divisions back out here for our mini Hereford drive. I think all these 6 of these heifer calves, or 6 heifers, females all the way from our senior yearling, offer some high quality pieces and some quality. It's been fun doing through the females and get to sort through some of these. I know I sorted these, their junior national by default or by emergency call in a couple years ago, and that was a lot of fun. But I knew that coming to Louisville, the quality and the integrity of the cattle would be ratcheted up quite a few more notches, and I was not disappointed. With that being said, I'll go ahead and I'll select your champion and reserve champion female. Let's give them a round of applause as I do so.
Again, just a single entry over in the Santa Gertrudis ring with the senior yearling bull. I think one that we can all admire. You know, it's so hard to put that kind of length of body with that kind of muscle shape and power. This guy, when you get behind him, is so phenomenal in terms of the spread to the shape to his top. Got a huge, huge hip when you get in behind this guy. I like the heaviness of structure in him. I'll be honest, I'd balance him just a little bit through his shoulder and angle of that front end. I'd like to change the toe shape on that guy just a little bit up front. But that's an intriguing one. It sure has some unique pieces. Congratulations, sir.
Congratulations, your grand champion miniature Hereford heifer goes to entry number 40, KLD Coco 356L, exhibited by Willow Fields. Your reserve grand champion heifer here in your miniature Hereford show goes to entry number 32, KLD Monica 27L, exhibited by Canyon Dobbs. Congratulations once again to all of our miniature Hereford female exhibitors. This is your second call, all miniature Hereford bulls to the makeup arena. Second call, all miniature Hereford bulls to the makeup arena.
Well, again, just a single entry this April 2-year-old bull out here. I think one that comes at us extremely fresh compositionally when you get into him. I just love the length of body. That's one of the longest hip bulls I think we've seen today, just in terms of hook to pin shape and design. You love this guy in terms of the angles of his skeleton when you get him out here. I think a high quality one to win this single entry class. Congratulations.
Your Class 37 results of your Santa Gertrudis show. In first place goes to entry number 45, XL's Pendleton 253, exhibited by Demi Harrington of Navasota, Texas. Your Class 38 results of your Santa Gertrudis bulls. In first place goes to entry number 47, 777 Candyman 17K4, exhibited by Pitchford Cattle of Eustis, Texas.
Well, a real competitive pair of these older bulls out here, and I think both of them sure have some quality to them. They're a little bit different in their kind when you get them out here. One of them's a tremendously muscular rascal just in terms of topside expression and that hip and stifle. The other bull out here is one that, to me, is just a little nicer balanced. He's sure the more athletic of the pair in terms of how he reaches out of his front end and designed foot shape. I think a quality pair, though, guys. My congratulations to both you gentlemen. The bull in the back will be your champion. The reserves in the front. Congratulations.
Congratulations to your champion, a late 2-year-old Santa Gertrudis bull. Goes to entry number 487, 777 Candy Band 17K4, exhibited by Pitchford Cattle of Eustis, Texas. Your reserve champion goes to entry number 45, Exhales Pendleton 253, exhibited by Demi Harrington of Navasota, Texas. This is your third and final call. All miniature Hereford bulls to the makeup arena. Third and final call. All miniature Hereford bulls to the makeup arena.
Well, we drop in our 3 division winners in our bull show over in the Santa Gertrudis ring, and phenomenal set of cattle, guys. And I know we've had limited numbers today, but if we'd have dropped in another 200 head in this thing, it might have still been the 3 same bulls standing out here, because there's sure some quality in this thing. I think each one of these individuals have pieces that can be a positive attribute for the breed, and that's what we have to keep in mind. You know, the calf champion's one that may be as unique as anything out here in terms of body build and shape and 3-dimensional construction. I love that guy in terms of one. When you get behind him, he is so powerful in terms of shape and mass and body. You change your sheath just a little bit, but I think one is sure awfully good. That summer bull that comes out of that middle deal, really immature. It's going to be fun for me to see that guy come back as a 2-year-old, because I think he's got a really cool balance and look to him. He is a massive footed rascal. That hip and hind legs really unique in that guy. He's one that today is just a little bit flatter when you get into him, but he has more than enough shape for me. I love the attractiveness of front in that guy. And then you get into the senior bull. I think he's a unique one, that he's so athletic and so comfortable when you put him in motion. I love that guy's front end and look and quality. Certainly an outstanding set of bulls to select your champion from. I was telling my wife this morning as we were coming over, you know, the first time I ever got to set foot on these green shavings as a judge was in the Santa Gertrudis ring right over there many years ago. And I think about the people that were involved in that show that made an impact in this breed, particularly here in the eastern United States. I think about Oscar Williamson. I think about our friend from Arkansas that just passed recently, David, and I think about others. You know, and then you have the Heath family has been involved in this thing for years and years and years, and you know, there's so many people have played a role in the Santa Gertrudis breed, and so it's been a pleasure for me to be a small part of that over the years. And so it's an honor for me today. Great set of bulls, limited numbers. The quality's really, really good out here. Put your hands together, I'll get your champion bull.
All-Star 5 females to the makeup arena. All-Star 5 females of your Santa Gertrudis show to the makeup arena. Congratulations, your grand champion, Santa Gertrudis bull out of class number 38 goes to entry number 47, 777 Candy Band 17K4, exhibited by Pitchford Cattle of Eustis, Texas. Your reserve grand champion, Santa Gertrudis bull, goes to entry number 37, Hurricanes Remington L20, exhibited by Pitchford Cattle of Eustis, Texas. Congratulations once again to all of our Santa Gertrudis exhibitors. And a reminder to all of our exhibitors as well as our spectators, if you would like to get any of the photos that have been taken from around the North American for the last week, be sure to check out lindysphotos.com. Once again, to get some of these great ringside shots, be sure to check out lindysphotos.com.
As we started into our bull show here on this side of the ring, young man that leads off this bull, it just has that sheer masculinity. I mean, boys are supposed to be boys looking, and this one brings it to the table. I mean, he's got that masculinity and stoutness of feature as you study him up through his front 1/3, yet ties in some smoothness as you study him from his forerib into his flank. Just really good, high quality, big bodied, high performing kind of bull that we kind of really appreciate to start the class. Young lady brings out a really youthful appearing, high eye appealing kind of bull calf, just kind of gives up some of that muscle power and dimension to our class winner, but really youthful and is kind and sound as you ask him to get out and travel. And then the young man's bull calf here, it's fighting the halter pretty hard. Really love the shape of this one's muscles. You study him down through his stifle and through his lower 1/3, just maybe gives up some of that eye appeal and some performance to the two ahead of him. Let's give him a round of applause.
Results of class number 15 of your miniature Herefords. In first place, and also your champion spring bull calf, goes to entry number 50, BR Jimmy 206M, exhibited by Riley Barber. Your reserve champion in second place in class number 15 goes to entry number 48, RSR Tango, exhibited by Rocket S Ranch. In third place, entry number 47, Christmas Jingle Jangle, exhibited by Jacob Hiles. In your champion Get of Sire here in your Santa Gertrudis show goes to Pitchford Cattle of Eustis, Texas. Congratulations, your champion produce of Dam goes to Pitchford Cattle of Eustis, Texas.
bull comes out here and leads off our class, just from a masculinity standpoint, just exceeds that class for me. Just love the skull shape and how his muzzle ties into his neck and it ties into his lower part of his body. Just love the muscle shape and dimension and soundness and structural quality this bull has as he has to get him out and travel. Next bull that comes out sec, maybe a longer spine, longer neck kind of bull, but maybe it gives up some of that depth of body and performance to our class winner. Just really love the length, the spine, and length and integrity of this bull, but just maybe wish he had a little more depth of body. Bull comes out here in third. Maybe he's wanting to fight the halter just a little bit, maybe if he'd relax, but really love its top shape and its shape of muscle. Just maybe as you ask him to get out and travel, wants to roll up underneath himself a little too much for me. Maybe gets a little tight off the front 1/3 as you ask him to get out and travel. Just a really shapely bull up top. And then young man concludes the class. Here's another really good bull that just maybe gives up some performance and power to the bulls in front of him. Just ask him, we wish he could just get out and travel just a little more easy off Route 2.
Final call, all star 5 females to the makeup arena. Final call, all star 5 females to the makeup arena. Results of class number 16 of your miniature Hereford Bulls, your champion intermediate senior bull. In class 16, winner goes to entry number 51, FCC Troubadour, exhibited by Maddie Floor. Your reserve champion intermediate senior bull in class 16, second place goes to entry number 52, CSC Dash, exhibited by Robert Schlegel. Third place in class 16 goes to entry number 54, BMR Craig Company, exhibited by Karen Briggs. In fourth place, entry number 53, exhibited by Payne Meek. Correction in your Santa Gertrudis show, your champion Ghetto Sire goes to Excel Santa Gertrudis. Congratulations.
Single entry here we have in this class. Really have to appreciate the ruggedness and stoutness and feature of this bull. This young lady brings us in this bull. Just love the length of spine and the top shape and ties it down into his stifle and powerful foot down onto the ground at his foot. Just really wish he had a little more competition to compare him to, but really good high quality bull to win this class.
Your class 17 results and also your champion of summer senior bull goes to entry number 55, THF Up North 326, exhibited by Brianna Thorson.
Well, really a high-quality pair of heifers as we started into this Star 5 division, and I think when you get them out here, both these heifers very competitive. To me, we're going to start with the little April heifer up front. This brockle-faced one's one that's tremendously high quality in terms of skeleton out here. I love the hip and hind leg in that one. She's so good in terms of her center body. You love the attractiveness of front in that one. And you set her in motion, and she's just comfortable and athletic in terms of her angles and reach behind. I think an awfully nice one to win. The solid red heifer, I think propped up, you appreciate that one. She's the bigger, higher growth one when you get into her. She's got tremendous length of spine and hip when you get into that one. She's not quite right on terms of her rear leg, and part of that may be just that she's fighting the halter out here just a little bit today. I'd like to make her more comfortable in terms of how she hits the ground behind and how she handles the hock, but I think a quality pair, beautiful female to start. Congratulations.
I guess the bull I just lead this class off with in this mini Hereford side, just from a levelness, design, and structural integrity, for me, just kind of leads him, sorts himself to the top. Love the masculinity this bull has up through his front 1/3. Love his top shape. Really love how level he is out through his hip and stands down square at the ground off both ends. Just wish maybe I could just level him, soften him up in that forerib and just a nickel more in that flank, but just a really good high quality bull that wins our class. Young lady leads out the bull here in second. Love the masculinity and depthness and softness of rib this bull has. Just maybe I wish I could balance him up just a nickel, clean him up, pick his up through his chest floor, maybe just ask him to stand down a little square off both ends as you ask him to get out and travel, but just another good high quality bull for that young lady to exhibit. And the young lady that concludes the class, love the length of spine and extension this bull offers us, but maybe just gives up some of that depth of body and stand us down squareness from the behind as you actually like her to the bulls ahead of them. Let's give them a round of applause as they exit the ring.
All miniature Hereford steers to the makeup arena. All miniature Hereford steers, please make your way to the arena. Result of class number 18. Your class winner and also your champion at Spring Senior Miniature Hereford Bowl goes to entry number 58, HCC Jake the Jailbird, exhibited by Jack Kuba. In second place, and your reserve champion goes to entry number 57, LOV Elvis, exhibited by Robert Schlegel. In third place, entry number 59, Wicked Oaks Holy Guacamole, exhibited by Evie Mitchell.
Just a single entry out here with this September female. This black heifer's one that I think we can all appreciate. She's tremendous in terms of growth and performance. That is a heavy bone, stout-featured rascal. I like her in terms of one who's ultra feminine in terms of length of front and cleanness and neatness of package. For me, she gets just a nickel straight shouldered in terms of how she handles and moves out of her front end. I got to resculpt the angle of that hock just a touch behind to make her more comfortable and extended in her stride. But that is a high growth performance kind of female that's got some quality to her. Congratulations.
All Star 5 bowls to the makeup arena. All Star 5 bowls to the makeup arena. Your Class 46 results of your Star 5 females. In first place goes to entry number 52, Miss 777 Jelly Bean, exhibited by Pitchford Cattle of Eustis, Texas. In second place, entry number 54, HL Lil Boothang, L18, exhibited by Pitchford Cattle of Eustis, Texas. Your Class 46A results. In first place goes to entry number 56, CDE Lola, exhibited by Callie DeRosset of Sulphur, Kentucky.
Well, a real intriguing female over in our Star 5 drive. I mean, here's one that, propped up, you say, man, that thing's gorgeous. Her shoulder and front end and the ladylike look she's got through the front third of her skeleton's extremely high quality. I love her length of body. She's so fresh and lean as she comes to me. Tremendous length of rump. I'd stouten her just a little bit, just in terms of hip and mass. But, man, that's a front pasture kind. It's going to be really, really attractive. Congratulations, gal.
Final call, all miniature Hereford steers to the makeup arena. Final call, all miniature Hereford steers to the makeup arena. Final call, all Star 5 bowls to the makeup arena. Final call, all Star 5 bowls to the makeup arena. Your Class 49 results of your Santa Gertrudis show. In first place goes to entry number 57, Lazy L. Tina Turner, exhibited by Pitchford Cattle of Eustis, Texas.
As we get all of our class winners or division winners back out here for our grand bull drive, I'm fairly pleased, and I know the numbers were a little lower, but the quality is super good here. All these bulls offer something positive towards the breed, to move the breed forward, and as a breeder myself, that's always the mission, is our bull calf crop to help move the breed and our cow herd forward in a positive manner. For me, I guess it's just a couple bulls out here that sort them way to the top. I guess I need to look at them one more time, but after that, I'll go out and select your champion or reserve grand champion bulls. Let's give more round of applause as I do so.
Well, really a nice trio of females out in our Star 5 lineup. I think all three of these heifers have some pieces you can admire, and I appreciate the foundation from which these cattle originate and kind of what you're doing with them. Obviously, different breed compositions out here in terms of how these cattle are put together, but it still comes down to the basics. You got to build these cattle from the ground up. There's one heifer out here that just in terms of shape, in terms of foot design, in terms of angles of her skeleton, she separates herself pretty quick for me in terms of just quality of kind. My congratulations, ladies. Your champion Star 5's the baby calf. Congratulations.
Congratulations, your grand champion miniature Hereford bull goes to entry number 50, BR Jimmy 206M, exhibited by Riley Barber. Your reserve grand champion miniature Hereford Bull goes to entry number 55, THF Up North 326, exhibited by Brenna Thorson. Once again, all miniature Hereford steers, you should be in the makeup arena. All miniature Hereford steers to the makeup arena immediately. Congratulations, your grand champion, a Star 5 female, goes to entry number 52, Miss 777 Jellybean, exhibited by Pitchford Cattle of Eustis, Texas. Your reserve grand champion, a Star 5 female, goes to entry number 57, Lazy L Tina Turner, exhibited by Pitchford Cattle of Eustis, Texas.
I tell you, a phenomenal way to start off our Star 5 bulls out here. This bull calf's one that's got tremendous quality. You love this guy in terms of the shape this guy's got in terms of muscularity down his top and hip. Got a great hind leg on that guy in terms of foot and how he handles that foot, and still balanced and attractive. That's a pretty cool rascal gal. Congratulations.
And your grand champion, Star 5 Bull, here in your Santa Gertrudis show, goes to entry number 60, DP My Friend Thor, 11L, exhibited by Pitchford Cattle of Eustis, Texas. Congratulations once again to all of our Santa Gertrudis exhibitors here for another successful show at the 2024 North American. Attention in the barns, all Supreme cow-calf exhibitors. You need to